Bonjour à tous. Bienvenue à ma chaîne YouTube aujourd'hui. Merci d'être ici et bon visionnage. Today on my workbench I have Tim's Whitfield brand pellet stove controller. As you can see, this is an older model, an Advantage 2-T version. And Tim sent me this one because he was having problems with the Auger Drive. He said he was using the stove, all of a sudden he heard a pop and click, the auger stopped functioning, and that was it. No more heat. So after discussing this with him over the phone, I agreed that I could take a look at it and see what I can do for him. I have to remind everybody that I don't have a lot of experience on this, so it might have taken me a little bit longer to troubleshoot and repair than most of my other repairs that I do. So yesterday, the controller was delivered to me. I did some troubleshooting work on it. I've identified a couple problems with it. I made those repairs, and now, after testing it for a couple hours, I find that it is fully functional once again. So it's time to do a final test before I return it to Tim for use in his stove. As you can see, I currently have the controller connected to my test system, which is made up of a faceplate which holds an actual auger motor in the back. The shaft from the auger motor comes out the front, and I have an X marks the spot decal on it. So when the controller is calling for the auger to drive, you'll hear it in the video, and you'll also see the X marks the spot spin. Additionally, you'll see one of the lights at the back here cycle on and off with the auger. About those lights, I have three of them. The first one in blue simulates your stove's combustion fan. The one in yellow simulates your auger motor. And at the far end in red, that light bulb simulates your convection or room fan. Those three lights will come into play during testing here. So as you can see, I have the auger in the off position. So let me go ahead and give power to the controller itself, and nothing will happen when I turn on the switch. We need to start it before anything will happen. So when I do, two things will happen. We'll see the combustion fan come on, and we'll see the convection or room fan come on. So let me go ahead and do that. There we go. And as you can see, I'm in low blower speed here, but if I increase that, we see the intensity of the room fan at the far end in red go up and down. So that's to be expected. So I'll leave that on high for now. And we have the combustion fan, so if there's a fire in the firebox, it's going to get fresh air. So I'm also on low heat output here. So to get the cycle started with the auger, I need to go to the on position and wait for the first cycle to happen. It'll be a little bit of time because I'm in low, so it's got a very low duty cycle, low on time and long off time. So let's wait for that. There it is. So there's this auger cycle. That was the first one. We'll do a couple of those, and then I'll go to the high heat output position. Let's wait for that. There it is. Everything's looking good. You also see the light here. I hope you can see that in the video. It should come on whenever the auger is being asked to drive. And we'll wait for that. There we go. I see that clearly. So we see the X marks the spot spin. You hear it in the video, and you see the light come on. So let me go to the high heat position. So I'm in number 5 now. You notice that we're going to have a much longer duty cycle, and the off time will be a lot less. Check that out. Cycling like crazy. So that's dropping a lot of pellets into your pellet fire pit, and the fire will start roaring. If that's the case, you can turn it down a little bit. I'll put it to 3, and we'll see that it's got a little bit longer off time. And I'll go back to low after this one. So back to low. I'm back in low now. Notice that the off time is much longer. The on time remains approximately the same. Alright, so we have a longer off time and a standard on time. So that means fewer pellets will be dropped into the fire pit, the fire will not burn as hot, and the room will be allowed to be a little bit cooler. But if the operator wants, he can go back and set it to high. Notice the duty cycle happens very quickly. More on time, more pellets into the fire pit. So let me shut this down, put it off, and turn that off. I will note that I checked for the 25-minute on time after shut off, so if I were to go from on to off, the combustion fan and the room fan keep spinning for approximately 20-25 minutes. I checked that out, it works correctly, so that everything in the fire box has a chance to be burnt away, the fire to cool down a bit, and the fireplace itself, or the pellet stove itself, cool down. So there you have it, Tim. I want to thank you very much for sending me your pellet stove controller for repairs. I appreciate that very much. And for all you other viewers out there, if you have a pellet stove controller of your own, whether it's a Whitfield, a Quadrifire, USSC, or Breckwell, please be sure to let me know. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that and see what I can do to help you out. In the meantime, I hope you'll take a few seconds to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that very much. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.